Well, hello again. I've come out this morning and I'm going to go up a mountain in Snowdonia. This is called Pen Yr Ole Wen. Apologies for the pronunciation. It's a very windy morning, it's a very cold morning, and I've got quite a steep climb ahead of me. So I don't think I'll be taking any pictures for the first half hour or so while I get some height and hopefully get some of the views back towards Snowdonia and the various mountains of the Gliders and Tryfan. So off I go. Okay, I've got a bit of height now, so I have a view of Pen Yr Ole Wen behind me with Tryfan, the very impressive mountain, one of the most difficult to scramble up, I believe, in Snowdonia, and also a good view back down Nant Franken. Lovely valley, photographed it many times. Superb day. Well, this looks perfect for a panoramic shot. I'll need to break out my small tripod though. Just brought a little mini tripod today because of the weight, and I want to get a nice sweep of the mountains. So I'm going to probably use it in a vertical format, keep it quite low down, reasonably long telephoto, just to crop in on those mountains. Well, I was up this way the same time last year, but I was shooting from the viewpoint you can see behind me, which is Llyn Idwal, up by Devil's Kitchen. And I got some wonderful views of the mountain I'm climbing today. So here they are. Well, I've still got a ways to go. It's blowing a gale, it's freezing, and I'm into the snow line now. Apologies for not doing much commentary on the way up, but the wind was so strong. I tried, and even with the little dead kitten on the microphone, I couldn't hear myself. So hopefully I'll get some shelter when I get to the top. But in the meantime, here's some of the pictures I've taken while I was walking up. Well, sadly I've not managed to make it to the top of the mountain, Pen Yr Ole Wen, because the snow was a little bit too deep for me, and the drifts were sort of 3 and 4 feet in places, which is getting a bit scary. So I've decided to head back down because the weather also may close in a bit later, and this is not somewhere you want to be when the weather closes in. So I'm going to head back down towards the lake, following a slightly lower path than the one I hoped for. Maybe I'll get some pictures on the way as well. The snow is deep. Sorry, GoPro. Well, that was absolutely brutal. If you've seen the film Everest, it was just like that. I swear it was going to be airlift time, but no, only joking. A little bit of snow, got my feet very wet. Anyway, I'm back down towards the bottom now. And I'm going to take a shot in a minute over towards Tryfan and Lynydwell, but not before I've had something to eat, because I got a little bit tired, be walking for about 3 or so hours, maybe about 4 hours actually now. Then I'm going to head down back to the lake, and I still think I'm going to get some shots down there as well, because I'm an optimist. Now, even though I'm cold and wet, and I am very cold and very wet, and the weather's closed in, I'm not going to pass up opportunities as I make my way back to the car and the cafe. I've seen this tree. Now this tree is excellent. It's got a wonderful shape and it curves over the top of the mountain. So even though it's chucking it down, I'm going to break out the camera and start shooting this. Well, here's another perfect photo opportunity, another tree, probably only about 20 yards from the last one. And I'm going to take it again, but before I do that, it's probably worth mentioning my camera choice for the day. Now, I've come out with my Pentax K3 II, and I've used a lens which I've never actually shot with before. This is the 18-135 WR. Now, apparently it's not a very good lens. All the lens tests give it a right hard time. But it is weather resistant and it's got a hell of a zoom range. This is all I've shot with today, so I'll let you be the judge when you see the pictures if you think it's decent or not. I think it's pretty good actually. Finally, I've made it back to the path along the shores of Pen Yr Ole Wen, which means it's nice level going, and I've got about another mile before I get to the cafe and I get my well-deserved cup of coffee and some lovely cake. Lovely cake there, really nice. I am really tired now, but I've really enjoyed it, so let's see what we get in the next hour or so. nearly there now. It's just another few hundred yards and at the cafe. Yeah. So that's me done for the day. 6.5 hours, a slog up a mountain, wading through avalanches and then a flood on the way back. But yeah, would I do it again? Absolutely. I really enjoyed it. Whether or not the weather's good or bad, I've still got out, I've had a fabulous walk, I've had exercise. And you know what? I think I have got a few good shots as well. I'm a little bit wet and I know I've moaned about how hungry I am and tired, but it's all been well worth it. I have had my coffee and flapjack now, so I've calmed down a bit. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you again on the next trip.